Hey everyone, I'm here with Nick Good. My name is Mark, and we're here with Nick Good, and we're just going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the market, what some predictions we have for the new year. It's been a couple of weeks since we did this, so we just want to make sure everyone is staying in the loop. So, Nick, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on, Mark. First off, Happy New Year to you and to everyone else. The real estate market is starting to heat back up, so there's a lot of good things that are happening right now.
Absolutely. So we've been getting a lot of questions about, it's just the beginning of the year here, and some people are just kind of wondering, like, what do we see or what do you see in store for the real estate market, heading into the 2019?
Well, some of the things that we're starting to see is first off, I just read an interesting report put out by the National Association of Realtors. So probably could be a little bit biased, I'm not sure, but they surveyed a little over 10,000, non-home buyer, non-homeowner occupants, meaning they don't own a home. And 75% of those non-homeowners said that they wanted to own a home at some point in their lifetime. So it didn't have within the next year or within the next 5 years, but 75% of non-homeowners still want to have that American dream of owning their own home. And we're starting to see that first-time homebuyer inquiries really pick up. And right now it's January 17th, and we're working with more potential home buyers for the first quarter and second quarter of 2019 than that we were seeing in 2018. So it's definitely a great time to want to inquire about getting into a home. We're seeing interest rates a little bit lower than they were last year, and our expectations are they might increase a little bit or just stay flat for 2019.
Okay, so with those, those numbers about inquiries picking up, and where do you see inventory right now, and where do you predict that being headed, in the months to come?
Absolutely, great question. Well, we're right at this very moment. The inventory levels have actually declined just a tad bit, and I think that's over what we see as seasonality. A lot of people take their homes off the market or don't put their home on the market over the holidays, and we are starting to meet with more and more homeowners. In fact, we're already in the double digits and new listings taken for January, and we expect that to be roughly about 25 to 35 new homeowners that are wanting to sell their home here in the next 2 to 3 months that have already committed to selling. So what we will see is towards the spring and summer months, we will see inventory levels increase. Now, I don't think it will be as drastic as it was last year, just because inventory levels were so tight that any type of new inventory coming on would drastically affect that percentage.
Okay, so you talked about the interest rates staying relatively stable throughout the year. What would be the effects of, if we do see a slight increase in March, or if it does stay the same? What's that mean for potential home buyers or sellers?
So what we're looking at right now is the Fed is predicting that they won't change their interest rate. They won't raise rates after their March meeting. So, there's a lot to play into it. The government shutdown. We're already seeing a little bit of some volatility with closings being delayed due to government shutdown. So, that will have what I think will be an interesting effect, just to see will it increase rates, or will it decrease, or will we just stay neutral? We don't know just yet. But as a home buyer, you definitely want to get into a home here in 2019, because we will see rates go up in 2020 and 2021. And we are still seeing the average rental rate increase between 2 to 4%. Over the past 5 years, I believe it's gone up between 7 to 10%. So you'll definitely want to, if you want to lock in and have a fixed monthly budget on your housing costs, buying a home is one of the best things you can do.
Okay, so headed into this new year, and maybe reflecting back on 2018, were there any key takeaways or big lessons that we learned from that last year?
100%. What we really notice is the interest rate affecting our first-time home buyers. So about 30 to 40% of our business is first-time home buyers, and we saw that fall off a little bit last year just because of affordability, right? You have home values increasing at such a high rate, and then the interest rate going up. So what that would do is buyers would come in and want to get qualified. Well, they could only afford a lot. They can only afford a lot lower of a housing budget. And, you factor that in with higher housing values here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That left us with a very small amount of inventory of homes to choose from. And with slim pickings means multiple offers, and or someone who probably wouldn't want to live in that house. So what we had to come up with was a plan for with our lender, Michael DeBacker, we call him Mortgage Mike, with some special financing offers. And so we're able to get home buyers into homes at a lower interest rate, just using some creative special financing techniques that we'd be happy to share with future home buyers. If they just comment down below or message us, we'd be happy to share that with them. So our 2018 lesson was really having to come up with creative solutions to help our buyers get into houses, and also to help our sellers still sell their homes faster and hopefully for the most amount of money that we can, right? Because, as that inventory level has picked up, we are now going back in the mindset of we can't just price our houses at any level just because that buyer demand's there. We've seen that buyer demand slow down. And so we've had to come in with a lot more price corrections or price adjustments, and also make sure that, we advise our sellers that your home may not be worth as much as you think it is, just because of the last 2 to 3 years, we've been conditioned that, hey, we could put our home on the market and it should sell in a matter of hours or days. And, with multiple offer situations, we're just not seeing that as much anymore. So it's coming up with creative solutions to help, our clients both in purchasing and selling to win.
Okay. So, on the whole, as far as, the direction you see the market headed, what are the implications of that? I guess, what advice would you have for someone maybe thinking about buying or selling real estate in 2019?
If you're going to do it, if you have that motivation that you're going to sell or buy, just reach out to us and we'll let you know. We'll be non-biased and make sure that we're going to advise you to the best of what you're wanting to do. Right? Most people buy or sell a house not because out of want, because out of need. Right? Sometimes it's death, sometimes it's a divorce, sometimes you have maybe another kid on the way that you weren't planning on when you bought your current house, and now you're out of space. So we typically, when we buy or sell a house, it's out of needs, not wants. So just reach out to us. We'll be happy to talk with anybody about their situations. It's all confidential, and we just want to make sure that for 2019, it's going to be more about getting in before rates really skyrocket up. If you're wanting to buy a home, it's a great time for first-time home buyers to really get it, and jump in the water on this, because we are seeing some homes that are sitting on the market a little bit while longer. So we can negotiate some closing costs in there, which can also help out with some of the special financing offer techniques that we're using right now. So if you have that need to buy or sell, reach out to us and we'd be happy to talk with you more about that.
Okay, and if people do want to reach out to you, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
So if you're watching this on Facebook, you can comment down below or message us, or you can always go to our website, thegoodhometeam.com, or you can call us personally at 972-468-5017.
All right, that should cover everything that we wanted to talk about today. If I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. And Nick, thank you for joining us once again. We'll talk to everybody in a couple weeks.
Thank you, Mark. Have a good one.